62 to go when they come to the line.
Oh, look at, no!
Oh, he spun the tires and then spinning into the walls, the 55 of Robusto, and the caution flag flies.
He started strong, qualifying 11th, climbing into the top 10. And then it all came crashing down. One slip triggered a massive wreck, lit up social media, and sparked a fierce debate. Was it a rookie error or proof he's not cut out for pro racing? This is how Cletus McFarland's ARCA run at Charlotte became the most talked about race of the year. Garrett Mitchell, better known as Cletus McFarland, isn't just a YouTuber. He's a full-blown motorsports personality. From organizing huge automotive events to running his own track, he's created a brand built on speed, chaos, and charisma. But stepping into the ARCA Menard series at Charlotte wasn't just another content stunt. It was a true test of his racing chops. While this wasn't his first ARCA race, it was his first time facing down a 1.5-mile intermediate oval, a very different beast than the superspeedways like Daytona or Talladega, where he'd competed before. On May 23, 2025, McFarland rolled into Charlotte for round 5 of the season. Expectations were high, the spotlight was hot, and all eyes were on the internet star who wanted to prove he could hang with real racers. Despite his newcomer status, he looked dialed in. He snagged 11th in qualifying. Not bad at all for someone still getting their footing among seasoned ARCA contenders and future NASCAR talent.
Wow, it's a lot harder than a super speedway. Like, I would guesstimate 21.2 times harder.
As the race kicked off, McFarland got comfortable. He surged into the top 10 and started finding his rhythm on the tricky Charlotte surface. Then came the first caution. Most teams headed to pit road for new tires. But McFarland's team made a bold call. Stay out and take the track position. It paid off initially. When the field reset, McFarland found himself on the front row, lined up beside veteran Grant Enfinger. But as the green flag waved again, the gamble started to backfire. McFarland spun the tires just slightly on the restart. That little bobble was all it took to disrupt the entire outside line. William Sawalich, trying to avoid getting tangled, clipped McFarland's rear. That contact shot Cletus into Isabella Robusto's car, and Robusto slammed the wall hard. It didn't stop there. A domino effect followed, collecting nearly 10 cars and ending races for several competitors, both newcomers and veterans alike. Instantly, the internet blew up. Fans, critics, and drivers weighed in. Some called it an unfortunate mistake. Others weren't so kind, questioning if YouTubers like McFarland should even be allowed on the grid. Isabella Robusto, who had been having a strong run, was understandably upset. Many fans and analysts second-guessed the decision to leave McFarland on old tires, especially given his limited experience at this track type. But it wasn't the wreck alone that shaped the story. It was McFarland's response afterward. In interviews and on his own platforms, McFarland owned the mistake. He didn't deflect blame or offer excuses. Instead, he apologized, acknowledged he misjudged the restart, and gave credit to his team and fans. "I just want to say sorry to the drivers I got caught up in that," he told Fox Sports 1. "I think it was multiple cars. I feel awful. Every time I race, I try to stay clean. It just got away from me."
Yeah, I want to start off by apologizing to the team that I took out. I think it was several cars, and I feel terrible about that. You know, every time I go racing, I don't.
He was candid about the learning curve, saying Charlotte was way more difficult than the superspeedways he was used to, and admitting that he was humbled by the experience. That honesty earned him something that even a podium finish couldn't: respect. In a world where most public figures dodge accountability, McFarland's openness struck a chord, even with people who weren't fans. And despite the carnage, McFarland didn't give up. With a battered car and zero shot at a win, he stayed in the fight. Lap after lap, he worked his way back through the field. When the checkered flag flew, he crossed the line in 9th, his best ARCA finish yet. It wasn't clean, it wasn't pretty, but it was gritty, and it showed he wasn't there just for content. He was there to compete. While McFarland's wreck stole the spotlight, another driver quietly stole the show. Austin Green, in just his second ARCA start, dominated the race, leading 52 laps and scoring his first career win in the number 82 car for Pinnacle Racing Group. He held off veterans like Grant Enfinger and LeVar Scott to lock down the victory. Green's performance added a layer of depth to the night. New talent emerging, veterans holding strong, and a field proving just how competitive ARCA really is. But McFarland's performance reopened an old debate. Should influencers and content creators be racing at this level? Some argue it brings fresh eyes and revenue to the sport. Others believe it cheapens the craft and puts inexperienced drivers in dangerous situations. Inside the car, McFarland's frustration was clear. He slammed the steering wheel and hit his helmet, radioing his crew. "I blew it." Rookie mistake. And in many ways, that restart became a lightning rod. For critics, it was proof that fame doesn't equal racecraft. But for supporters, it showed that even when he messed up, McFarland had the guts to face it head-on and still bring home a top 10. But Cletus isn't calling it quits. In fact, he's already talking about what's next. More races, more seat time, and more chances to improve. He knows what it takes, and he's chasing it. Every race is another step forward, not just in driving skill, but in understanding race culture, etiquette, and pressure. And he's doing it with the whole world watching. Millions of fans, curious skeptics, and industry insiders are tracking his journey. Whether you love him or not, Cletus McFarland is bringing mainstream attention to a series that usually flies under the radar. That attention is both a gift and a curse. Every move he makes is magnified, every mistake analyzed. He's not just racing drivers, he's racing a narrative. Now the big question, can he prove he belongs? The 2025 General Tire 150 may have ended without a trophy for McFarland, but it delivered something even harder to earn: respect. He made a mistake, owned it, and fought through to the end. His journey in ARCA isn't over. If anything, it's just heating up. So what do you think? Is Cletus McFarland the real deal, or was Charlotte just beginner's luck? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit that like button, and subscribe, because his next race might just change everything.